I'm Todd Grisham. The crowd cannot wait to witness this one. We're live at the CompuBox Academy. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Sugar Ray Leonard, always fit and trim, 175 centimeters tall with a reach of... Sugar Ray Leonard, an undisputed welterweight champion, and he won world titles in 5 weight classes. Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Thank you, Todd. You know what? Right. Outside it's hot. Inside it's roasting.
We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Going to shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on. Punch, counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. The straight right just misses. Unlucky to miss with that jab. They threw the hook. It didn't land. This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
These are my kind of fights, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter-punches are the best.
Beautiful counter-punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Leonard in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
As long as they don't get complacent.
Here we go for round 2. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? Nice defense on that jab. just got blocked. Those counter punches have to hurt. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Terence Crawford just got rocked. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Both men step back for just a moment. Crawford is dazed. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round.
What you doing?
As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
And he can be confident now.
On to the third. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out the way, box it. Frustrating, because if you let him get away with it, he throws you down.
You'd like to see more jabs. He threw a punch and just got countered. And that hook misses. Nice defense, avoiding the right uppercut. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. And down goes Crawford. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
You're right, Todd. What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you continue.
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be. We just saw.
You're being put down. You've got to...
He's on your lead.
Back at it in round 4. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
That big hook doesn't land. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Missing with the left hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a counter shot. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Left uppercut doesn't score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You'd like to see more jabs. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. That counter punch caught him clean. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's... There's the bell to start round 5. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Another scoring shot there. And he scores with the counter. And he just missed with that left jab. throw a shot, they get countered. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
These two were made for each other. Nice counter. Swing and a miss with the left hook. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Catch and shoot. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Switch it off immediate to switch back on. Get full.
Get him up, but you'll take him out.
Here we go in the 6th round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Just avoids a left uppercut. Insane action. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
You've got to be courageous when you're getting in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Not a lot of defense here at all. Both men step back for just a moment. He blocks that jab. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Off-the-charts action from both of these fighters. Beautiful counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Leonard in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Great round, great round. Now relax.
There's the bell to start round 7. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Couldn't land that jab. Nice counter shot. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Nice slip to avoid the jab. They exchange punches. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
You'd like to see more jabs. Good counter punch. Good looking hook, but it was blocked. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter punch right up the middle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. He just misses with that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Go back and win the round, all right? It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry.
There's the bell to start round 8. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Straight right just misses. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Both men step back for just a moment. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won.
Get out there and switch up.
There's the bell to start round 9. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will when they hit. Whoa, wait a minute! Sugar Ray's in trouble! It somehow weathered the storm.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. That uppercut can't get through. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That left hook misses. Good counter punching. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Leonard in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they had...
There's the bell to start round 10. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Both men step back for just a moment. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
That jab doesn't score. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Swing and a miss with that jab. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking, because you've got to get some before you get him close.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. You'd like to see more jabs. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. Well, he's got Bambi legs walking back to the corner, but he's still in it. Here's the 11th. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
A perfect counter shot. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this. They are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be. Having second thoughts in the ring.
Just missing with the uppercut. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Now you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower, calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Good defense on the right uppercut. Swing and a miss with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it. And there's the bell to start round 12. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
That hook's blocked. You can't score with that uppercut. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walked right through?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. A lot of effort being exerted here. Nice punch. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Hold that thought! Crawford's legs are all over the place. Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the judges are in agreement. A unanimous decision win.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight. What a style. What a pace. To get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is no...